It's a grinder game tonight. This is a got-to-go-get-it game. New Orleans Pelicans in town. The Warriors need to get themselves out of the play-in tournament. We'll have it all right here on 95.7 The Game. It's the same spot where you have Willard and Dibs every afternoon from 2 to 6. And then, of course, up the road, D-Lo and KC making a mark in Sacramento. And Kenny Caraway joins us right now. And excited to have you on the show. Kenny, what's going on, man?
Willard, Dibs, what's going on, fellas? How you guys doing today, man? The pleasure's all mine.
We are excited to have you, although we're mad at the Kings. Actually, I don't want to speak for Dibs. I'm mad at the Kings. Let's start there. What the hell was that last night?
It was an off night. No Davion playing, but the Kings hit 5 threes. I usually have these benchmarks of them needing to hit at least 12 threes, to play Kings basketball. They were 5 of 27 last night. Couldn't hit anything from beyond the arc. It was just one of them nights, man. If anybody should be mad, it should be the Sacramento Kings. Because if it wasn't for Draymond tricking off that game on Sunday, we would have already clinched this playoff thing. We wouldn't have nothing to worry about.
Oh, hey.
Yeah, and there you go. And, to have Draymond Green trick off a game, I mean, he's only done that about 5 times this year. So, but as you know, Kenny, the Lord helps those who help themselves. And for the beam lighters to squander an opportunity to clinch at home, that had to be a gut punch for all of the Kings faithful out there.
No. So one of the things we talk about on the show a lot of the times is, and I don't know if you guys have experienced it, but Delco, which is the area where the Golden One Center is at, it is when the Kings win and the beam is lit, to hell with Disney. Delco is the happiest place on earth. It is such a happy place. Everybody is just laughing and smiling, taking selfies in front of the beam. Everything is all good. When they lose, it is the saddest place on earth. It is the sadness that goes around Delco when the Kings lose and there's no beam lit is something I've probably never seen in sports before. So sad. And last night was one of them nights, especially with an opportunity to clinch in front of the home crowd. I mean, this thing is going to happen probably within the next day or two. So it's not a question of if they're going to clinch. We wanted it here in Sacramento. Now we're going to have to deal with it watching from our couch tonight if the Warriors lose. And, if that doesn't happen, the Kings will probably beat the Trailblazers tomorrow, and it'll happen on the road. So it was one of those things where everybody wanted it last night, and it didn't get done, man. So that was disappointing to see, but in due time.
All right, Casey, I'm going to try this on you because I've tried it on a few people and it never works, and I have no doubt it won't work on you either, but I'm going to try because I'm trying to get this message across without offending people who root for the Sacramento Kings. True
I'm already offended.
Okay,
thank you.
Perfect.
Thank you,
good,
Casey.
Good. I'm glad we got out of the way up front. Did y'all call last night clinchmas? Is that true or false?
Okay, let me say this. There are people who did. I did not partake in that, but there were people who did. And then when the Timberwolves won the game last night, they labeled them the Grinch that stole clinch.
Okay, so, all right.
I didn't partake in any of it.
Man.
I saw it around. Yeah. I didn't tweet it out. That wasn't my bag. But I can't deny that it did happen.
KC, this isn't personal. This isn't about you. This is about the Kings. Now, when we look at that, Clinchmas, the Grinch that stole Clinchmas, that's adorable. Don't you understand that? The Kings story this year, and that's what I'm trying to get across. This word keeps offending everybody up there, but the bottom line is this story, Clinchmas, even noticing that you're about to clinch the playoffs, and I know it's been 16 years, but this is adorable. And this adorable story is just that, and it's a step on the staircase, and you guys are going to be really good in a few years. But I am hereby saying that the Warriors have got to get the 6th seed because this is their path to move through the playoffs, is to play the Sacramento Kings because you're 25th in the league in defense. People there understand that this is a regular season story. No?
I would tell you like this, and I've been saying this since December. This ain't maybe it's a new wave for the national media and even those in the Bay Area. Bonte, Butcher, Willard, Dibs, my man, Guru. You know what I'm saying? Maybe it's new to them, but people, if things break right, it wouldn't be crazy if the Kings got to the Western Conference Finals. I've been saying that since December, Willard, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because the matchups are a good look for the Kings. They're a good look, and if we play the Warriors as a 6 seed, I'll tell you right now, we'll backhand the Warriors. I don't want to play the Warriors just because I have a healthy respect and fear for Steph Curry. I don't want to deal with him in the playoffs. I really don't. But if it comes to that, we backhand the Warriors because the Warriors don't do nothing on the road. They definitely don't play defense on the road. The Warriors too small. Sabonis would eat all series long. And I'm gonna tell you guys something else. I know it's the defense and people worried about the Kings' defense or whatever. Here's what I say about the Kings in the playoffs. When they lose games, if they lose a series, it's not going to be because the score was 136 and 134. You get in them 130s and 120, 130s, you ain't beating the Kings. The way you're going to beat the Kings is if they're not hitting shots that day. And if you can keep it 119, 115 like it was last night, that's where you have an opportunity. But you can't – I'll tell you right now, I've been saying it all season. I've been proven right. I think the record is something – we put the market like 114. The record's like 39-9 when they score 114 or more. You cannot beat the Kings by trying to outscore them.
I know. Man, I know. You just went Roger Federer on us right there with the backhand call. That's crazy.
I know their record is 1-2 against the Warriors. I do know that.
Wow.
So far, and the Warriors haven't even had a good year.
We have to deal with Kevin Huerter getting fouled 3 times on one play. That's what you needed to get. You needed a 47 and Kevin Huerter getting fouled 3 times on one play to get that one. And then when you guys came to go to one center, we backhanded that ass in the fourth quarter. Like I said, if you try to outscore the Kings, they will run you out of the building, and they'll get you. And that's the same thing that will happen if you come on the road over here and once the playoffs start. I don't care about the pedigree. Hell, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar got pedigree. He ain't beating nobody today. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is with the Warriors.
They
got pedigree. I respect it.
This is a bet.
They play the Kings. They getting their asses backhanded when they come to go to one center. I'm telling you that right now. They can't stop the Kings.
Now, how many series do you think that the Kings are going to be able to win by, quote, backhanding teams? Is there any team out there that you look at and you think is going to be a bad matchup for the Little Beam Lighters?
Little Beam, like, come on, chill. But I don't like the Phoenix matchup. I don't like the Clippers matchup, although the Clippers might get into the same thing that I talked about with the Warriors. They'll end up playing small, and that once again, you're not going to beat the Kings that way. And I don't like the Minnesota matchup. Rudy Gobert is a problem for what the Kings like to do with the dribble handoff action and things of that nature. I think the Lakers might be a bit of an issue as well. But everybody else, I mean, there's nobody I worry about in the Western Conference as a Kings fan. There's just nobody. Now, look, when I say that, don't get it.
Really?
The Kings could easily lose in the first round. I'm not saying it's a guarantee, but I don't look at any matchup and be like, oh, I don't want to play them. I don't see that for anybody in the Kings in the first.
Oh my goodness! So you're celebrating clinchmas, but you also think they're going to win in the playoffs. Like, honestly, and I know the way this resonates. I get it because there's emotion involved. But KC, go through the history of the league. This isn't the way it works. You don't show up to the party for the first time and then cut the hot knife through butter. That's just not I mean this from a non-competitive, non-trash talk space. The Kings are not rolling through the Western Conference this year. The fan base gets that, right?
I'll tell you this, and we can start with the Warriors. Who's going to stop them from scoring?
Who's going to stop the Warriors from scoring?
I just told you that's not how you beat the Kings. You cannot beat them by outscoring them. This is the most prolific offense in the history of the game. And they've been that way. They do it from the inside. They do it outside. They do it from the three-point land. They do it with Sabonis. They play like little mini Warriors with all the assists. They get 25, 30 assists every night. What you're saying is 100% correct as far as the history of the league. But when you look at the Western Conference this year, who's going to stop them from scoring?
Yeah, probably good defensive teams like Denver's a good defensive team. I think they'd be a squad that might be able to stop you.
They wouldn't face them to the conference finals, dude.
Yeah, they're okay.
Yeah. Sacramento, by the way, 4-20 when they failed to reach 115 points. So to Casey's point, that's the record. Yeah, 4 wins, 20 losses when they don't get to 115.
You mentioned the Suns. The Suns are the 8th ranked defensive team in the NBA. That's a good defensive team.
just beat their ass the other night.
Yeah. I mean, nice regular
March
season
wins.
win without Kevin
Great
Durant.
March record.
Okay, KC, we go round and round, but I don't know if this matchup is going to happen, but
it does,
I'm ready for a bet.
Yeah, we could do that. We could do whatever you guys are thinking. We can make it happen. Look, Steph Curry is who worries me. That's it. Draymond gonna stop Sabonis down low. Kevon Looney. Who Jordan Poole gonna guard?
I mean, Draymond Green stopping somebody in the playoffs. Yeah, I actually could believe that. I think I've seen that before somewhere.
Draymond cooked.
Come on, man.
He ain't stopping Sabonis. I know that much. All NBA center Domantas Sabonis.
A center. It's kind of fun to have a center on your team,
exactly.
huh?
I didn't know. I didn't know you were still allowed to do that.
Yeah. We can circle back to this though, Casey.
Of course we will.
Hopefully it comes to pass. And just know this, and you can share this in all of the different corners of the Sacramento downtown area. Every single Warrior fan that we talk to, they are begging. They're dying to be the 6th seed to get a piece of the beam.
And I'll tell you right now, all the Kings fans out here, we ain't worried about no Warriors. We worried about Steph Curry. We respect Steph Curry. We respect what he can do. He's one of the greatest to ever do it. He's top 10 all time on my list already. So you respect that always. But everybody else, your little GP2s, your little Jordan Pooles, your little Lambs and DiVincenzo's, we ain't worried about that. We cooking on that. I'll tell you that right now.
KC,
y'all ain't got enough. If you get Wiggins back, that's a big piece.
Yeah,
that is a big piece.
But if you don't get Wiggins back, barbecue chicken on that defense.
Well,
hey, KC, did they let you skip class in middle school the last time you guys were in the playoffs?
It was high school.
Oh, my fault.
Actually, it was my first year of college.
He's like, I was a freshman.
In college.
I was trying to give you the benefit of the doubt, my friend.
Oh, my gosh. All right, KC, man. Thank you for coming on. We're going to talk to you again.
We're going to talk, baby. We're going to talk, man. I appreciate y'all having me on, man. Love the show.
All right, thanks, KC.
You too. Kenny Caraway, ESPN 1320.
So good.
That's Sacramento.
That's family right there.